Hey everyone, what's up? Has anyone here ever heard of ghost towns? And I'm not talking about scary movies, no way. I'm talking about real places that were completely abandoned. Entire buildings, houses, hospitals, schools, everything left behind, as if time had stopped. In this video, we're going on a trip around the world visiting the 10 most eerie and mysterious abandoned cities. Hold on tight, because this trip is going to be spine-chilling. Our first stop is in Ukraine, in Pripyat, a city that became a symbol of tragedy. It was a lively city with over 50,000 inhabitants, built to house the workers of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. In 1986, the Chernobyl disaster changed everything. The explosion at the plant released an insane amount of radiation, making Pripyat uninhabitable overnight. Today, Pripyat is like a time capsule, a chilling reminder of the destructive power of nuclear energy. Our next stop is in France. Oradour-sur-Glane was a peaceful village until World War II arrived. In 1944, Nazi soldiers invaded the village and killed almost all the residents. The brutality was so extreme that, after the war, the French government decided to preserve Oradour-sur-Glane exactly as it was. It's heartbreaking to see the ruins of the church, the school, the houses, everything untouched since that tragic day. Shall we pay a visit to Japan? Hashima Island, or Gunkanjima, looks like something out of a horror movie. Decades ago, it was home to coal miners and their families. In 1974, the mine closed and Hashima became a ghost town, a frightening and fascinating sight. Now let's hop over to the United States, to California, to visit Bodie, an authentic Wild West ghost town. At the height of the gold rush, Bodie was a lively place, with saloons, brothels, hotels, and everything a growing town needed, just like in those Western movies. But, as with every gold rush, the gold eventually runs out, and Bodie began to empty. Today, Bodie's deserted streets and ruined buildings are a reminder of the fleeting nature of wealth. Get your sunglasses and sunscreen ready, because our next stop is in the middle of the Namib Desert. In the early 20th century, Komanskop was a diamond mining center. The residents built luxurious houses, a casino, a theater, and even a hospital. When diamond production declined, Kolmanskop was abandoned, and the desert sands began to invade the city. Today, the houses are buried in sand, creating a surreal and fascinating landscape. And how about a visit to Pennsylvania, in the United States? Centralia has been on fire for over 50 years. It all started with a fire in an underground coal mine in the 1960s. The fire spread through the tunnels and continues to burn. It's like the ground is spitting fire. Today, Centralia is a ghost town, with deserted streets and abandoned houses. Craco, in Italy, is a medieval city that looks like it came straight out of a fairy tale. Built on top of a hill, Craco offered its residents an incredible view of the Basilicata region. But the prime location also had its dangers. A series of landslides and earthquakes shook the city over the centuries, until in 1963, the residents were forced to abandon their homes forever. Today, the ruins of Craco stand as a reminder of the relentless force of nature and the fragility of human life. Our next stop is Varosha, in Cyprus, a former tourist paradise that became a ghost town overnight. With luxurious hotels, beautiful beaches, and a vibrant nightlife, Varosha was one of the hottest tourist destinations in the Mediterranean. In 1974, the Turkish invasion of Cyprus changed everything. The city was evacuated hastily and remains abandoned, surrounded by fences and barbed wire. Grab your coats, because our next stop is in Chile, in the middle of the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on the planet. Humberstone was once a major center for saltpeter production, a mineral used in the manufacture of fertilizers and explosives. For decades, Humberstone thrived, but with the invention of synthetic fertilizers, the demand for saltpeter plummeted and Humberstone was abandoned. Today, the empty houses and ruined factories stand as a reminder of the history of industrialization. Our last stop is Isla de las Muñecas in Mexico, a place that will give you nightmares about dolls. Legend has it that the island's former caretaker, Don Julian Santana Barrera, found the body of a girl who had drowned in the canal. Haunted by the tragedy, Don Julian began hanging dolls on trees and walls throughout the island as a way to appease the girl's spirit. So, what did you guys think of the trip? Pretty creepy, right? It's amazing how these abandoned places, even in ruins, still hold so many stories, isn't it? Each ghost town we visited today reminds us that nothing lasts forever, that everything is constantly changing, and that sometimes progress comes at a high price. But which of these abandoned cities made you the most curious? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share the video with your friends.